Looking for a little cultural change this spring? This is Rebecca Fox. Found out what community in Mississippi is adding a little German to their mix.
Living with Mo, found out why one tenant is upset with her landlord.
We all want to live somewhere clean, but from moldy walls to rat traps, one tenant at Canton Garden Apartments in Canton says she's complained to her apartments manager for the past 3 years about her living conditions and no progress has been made. Good afternoon, Take 30's News is live. I'm Rebecca Fox.
And I'm Richard Hill. That tenant, recently widowed, says she can't afford to move out of subsidized housing and feels trapped. Take 30's Shatoya Reedus got a chance to go to the apartment and speak with the tenant.
I hate it here.
Roaches crawling all through the apartment is just one of the problems Tamika Carson complained that she is dealing with.
Nothing is getting done. I'm tired of talking to the tenants and landlord about our living conditions. I'm sick of it. The landlord has told me several times about they're going to fix it and fix it and fix it.
A tenant in this apartment complex for 5 years, she said the last 3 years where things turned sour. Holes and cracks in the wall allow roaches and rats to get inside. Cracks from the ceiling allow water from the upstairs apartment to get in.
I was into a relaxing water came down from the ceiling like rainfall. I'm tired of the rats running around getting into my food.
Tamika mentions the water from leaking apartment upstairs caused molds to form in the bathroom.
Everybody looks at my apartment, they haven't done anything to fix this situation.
Throughout the years, the walls began to weaken. This has caused holes in the wall. She mentioned that the outside appearance of the apartment complex isn't great itself.
I'm trying to get in contact with the management office for several hours now, but I'm keep getting a sign that says the office is closed for lunch.
For Take 30 News, I'm Shatoya Reedus.
After visiting the property, Take 30 did hear back from the property manager via email. He said the apartments are undergoing new changes and the tenants should look for repairs no later than October 16th. Mississippi officials confirmed the first death from vaping in the state last week. Last Thursday, the State Department of Health reported its first vaping-related death, this coming just after the department stated that there were no deaths connected to vaping in the previous Monday. No details were given about the individual other than them being under the age of 30 years old. There have now been 4 confirmed serious illnesses in Mississippi that have been caused by vaping. A Columbus man has been charged with 2 counts of arson after setting a house and a car on fire Saturday morning. According to police, Tamarcus Montrell Thomas, seen walking into court here, started the 2 fires in the early hours on Saturday. Columbus Police Chief Fred Shelton said these crimes are very serious and that other suspicious fires may be connected to Thomas. What's in your wallet? Police say for one woman it was a stolen credit card. Kayla Tate of Starkville was arrested and charged with felony credit card fraud after multiple uses of a stolen credit card a few weeks ago. As a felony charge, Tate could see a fine of up to $1,000 and could spend up to 3 years in prison. A report released last month revealed that Mississippi has the 2nd highest rate of jail admissions per capita in the country. The report put out by criminal justice think tank Prison Policy Initiative found that Mississippi has an estimated 84,000 unique jail admissions annually. With 2,814 unique jail admissions per 100,000 residents, Mississippi ranked only behind South Dakota in jailing people in relation to their population sizes. On Friday, Governor Phil Bryant announced a $1.25 million grant to study freshwater in the Mississippi Sound. The money, which will be divided between Mississippi State University's College of Veterinary Medicine and the Institute for Marine Mammal Studies in Gulfport, is intended to be used to study the Mississippi River's effects on sea life in the Sound. Brace for bigger bills. As Take 30's Ford Polk explains, you may be in for sticker shock come tax time.
Taxes does raise some concerns from some of its residents.
The city of Starkville citizens are already paying adequate taxes. But you look at the benefits it's received, and I'm not really sure they're receiving the right benefits.
Historically, Starkville has had lower property taxes, and compared to other cities in the state of Mississippi,
if you compare us to other towns that are in that 20 to 30 range. We're at the bottom of the list.
The city's Board of Aldermen voted to implement the increase in millage to provide the citizens with more services. They also noticed that they needed to keep up with other similar-sized city wage rates. The board noticed that they were falling behind in the market, particularly in firemen and police.
What we found is that some of our employees fall further behind as the market moves on away.
This new millage increase will allow Starkville to keep up with other market rates. It will also allow Starkville to hire more fire and police personnel and will be able to adequately employ its newest fire station, Fire Station 5, which hasn't been fully staffed in almost 10 years. In Starkville, I'm Ford Polk with Take 30 News.
City leaders say for a home worth $200,000, expect to pay about $30 more. Property tax bills for Starkville go out this fall and are due in December.
While out on the campaign trail, presidential hopeful Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders was forced to have an unexpected surgery. During a campaign event on Tuesday, Senator Sanders started feeling chest pains and after some medical tests found out that he had a blocked artery. He had 2 stents put in his heart. He is now recovering. While he is said to be in good spirits, his campaign has been put on hold until further notice. Now continuing with our coverage of the House of Representatives impeachment inquiry, we have a new development involving Judy Giuliani. According to reports, the former New York mayor, now currently serving as President Trump's personal attorney, was subpoenaed by the House Intelligence Committee this week. Giuliani was asked for documents regarding the president's attempt to get Ukraine to investigate the Biden family. This is all a part of the House's ongoing inquiry into whether Trump's actions involving Ukraine are worthy of impeachment. How are these talks of impeachment affecting voters here in Mississippi? Take 30's Chase Reese has more on the story in our state.
A whistleblower reported that the Trump administration was hiding certain documents, among them a transcript of a call with Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. During this call, President Trump allegedly asked Zelensky to investigate Joe Biden. The House of Representatives opened a formal impeachment inquiry on September 24th, and the Trump administration released a transcript of the call on September 25th. Dr. Brian Shoup was less than optimistic about the inquiry changing overall voting habits.
I certainly think that it's going to fire up the base of both Trump supporters and also those who find him unpalatable. My guess is that in Mississippi, those who already like Trump will like him, and those who don't like him will continue to not like him.
In the 2016 presidential election, Donald Trump won Mississippi with 57.9% of the vote, according to the New York Times. And in the 2018 Senate election, Republican Roger Wicker won with 58% of the vote, according to Politico. I talked to Mississippi voters to find out how the impeachment inquiry into Donald Trump will affect their voting going forward.
The question of impeachment and this entire mess of presidency, in total, has got me more into politics.
I wouldn't say it has actually swayed my thought process in any way. If anything, it has kind of shown the witch hunt mob thought of the left.
While the inquiry has certainly garnered attention, it seems unlikely to change many opinions. Chase Reese, Take 30 News.
As more on the inquiry comes to light, we'll be sure to keep you updated for the weeks to come. After being charged with the murder of an Ole Miss student, Brandon Thiesfield appeared in court on Monday, according to reports. Thiesfield was an Ole Miss student who has been indicted with murdering Allie Costel, who was also attending Ole Miss. Her body was found by Lafayette County Sheriff's deputies near a lake roughly 30 miles outside of Oxford with multiple gunshot wounds. Thiesfield appeared in court and pled not guilty to the murder. A request for a psychiatric evaluation of Thiesfield was put in by his attorney previously, but there have been no updates on that as of yet. When we come back, we've got developing stories from MSU, Starkville, and around the state of Mississippi.
Newspaper of Mississippi State University. Since 1884, the Reflector has represented the voice of the students and the greater Starkville area. And now, meet our editorial staff. My name is Mia Rodriguez, and I'm the editor-in-chief of the Reflector. I joined the Reflector in 2017 in the hopes that I could have a hand in documenting university history.
I'm Courtney Carver, and I'm the managing editor of The Reflector, and I joined The Reflector because I wanted to grow my passion for journalism and continue to be a student voice for Mississippi State University.
Hi, my name is Devin Bird. I'm the advertising manager for The Reflector. I handle all of the ads. It's a great way to reach out into the Starkville community and publicize your events and businesses, so if you need an ad, let me know.
Hey, my name is Rosalind Hutton, and I'm the graphics editor here at The Reflector, and I enjoy expressing my creativity through my political cartoons and Photoshop cutouts.
Hello, my name is Brandon Grisham. I am the online editor for The Reflector, and I run the website and the social media pages.
Hey, my name is Georgia Hamilton, and I'm the photography editor at The Reflector, and I love taking sports photos.
My name is Hannah Blankenship, and I'm the news editor. I assign, edit, and lay out the stories on the first and second page. I joined The Reflector to develop my writing skills.
Hi, my name is Dylan Buffkin. I'm the opinion editor for The Reflector, and I like sharing my opinion and helping others share theirs.
Hi, my name's Mary Madeline Lamassis, and I'm the Life and Entertainment Editor here at The Reflector. My section highlights local cultural events in Starkville.
Hello, my name is Hunter Cloud, and I'm the sports editor at The Reflector. And I joined The Reflector because I love telling sports stories.
For more information, you can contact us at editor@reflector.msstate.edu or stop by our office at the Henry F. Meyer Media Center.
A local refugee is telling a very interesting story through art. Unpacked refugee baggage is open to the public in the Cullis Wade Art Depot Gallery at Mississippi State. It's a collection of sculpturally recreated rooms, homes, and buildings that have resulted from war. Each piece uses the voices of a refugee from Afghanistan, Syria, Iraq, or Sudan. The artist Mohammed Hafez says that he made the exhibit to humanize the word refugee.
Sample different countries, right? And not to romanticize, but to really humanize and just give our viewers an example of what people have gone through, what the hardships they've been through to get here, and what they're doing today. I see no better place than an educational institution, particularly a great university like MSU, to start a conversation and a dialogue.
Multiple Mississippi counties are under burn ban notices, and the number just keeps rising every week. Just this Monday, 3 more counties were issued bans, with Chickasaw, Madison, and Yalobusha being placed on notice. With these 3, there are now 36 counties across the state that have been placed under a burn ban since the first was issued in September. Currently, the earliest that a county's ban will expire will be October 11th for Monroe County. After the break, we've got a look at the weather for the rest of the week and a festival filled with German delights, so stick around.
They come from across the country. Some are battling brain tumors, others vertebral and spinal conditions. And as rewarding as our work often is, it can be frustrating at times. That's because brain and nervous system conditions are difficult to diagnose and treat, especially when they affect patients who can't talk. A while back, we saw a chance to start something special here, introducing innovative imaging to better understand brain and spinal cord diseases in cats and dogs. Having that type of information makes a substantial difference when developing treatment and surgical plans. It also aids in personalizing the rehabilitation process. The toughest part of our job comes when our patients are well enough to go home. As thrilled as we are to see them walk again, a big piece of our heart goes out the door when they leave.
Ask anyone who lived through Katrina and they'll tell you, a hurricane's rage can be mighty unforgiving. Death, destruction, despair, for as far as the eyes can see. The comeback that began immediately continues a decade later, and Mississippi State's Gulf Coast Community Design Studio has been here supporting these efforts every step of the way. Within hours of landfall, our teams were on the ground, surveying the conditions of homes and helping local residents with cleanup. We even relocated operations from our main campus some 5 hours away to ensure faster response time. Today, we're a national leader, partnering with local agencies to construct stronger, more affordable housing while exploring ways to make coastal communities more storm resilient. We don't pretend to know how to control the weather, but you can bet we're doing everything we can to control its fury.
You can expect the weather to heat up, then simmer down going into this weekend.
That's right. The rest of the week will have some blazing temperatures up to 97 degrees with a low of only 70. Then, however, the weekend will see quite the drop with highs of only 88 on Sunday and 81 the following Monday. You can also expect some cloud cover for the whole week with an increasing chance of rain each day, but that chance will only reach around 40% by Monday.
This forecast was brought to us by MSU's Campus Connect. For an up-to-date forecast, you can always visit weather.msu.edu. For more than 30 years, a Catholic church in Mississippi has brought Germany to life in a festival to raise money, and the outcome each year is phenomenal. I had the opportunity to experience what they call the German Fest this past Sunday. Sizzling shish kebabs, bratwurst, slathered in sauerkraut, and authentic German desserts. Famous German dark and light beer will be on tap along with their annual German wine tasting.
The day of the festival, we have games for the children, we have the German music. Certainly we have a lot of games that are available for the adults as well. So that's pretty much what we have to offer.
Here at the 33rd Annual German Fest, they not only have their authentic foods, but they also have a wide variety of their classic German beers. The Glogstadt community was founded in 1905 by families of German descent. Many of the descendants of the original families still attend St. Joseph.
When it started, you know, this parish probably had like 20 or 30 families in it, and now there are over 700 families. So you can see just the church itself has grown, but the entire event has grown tremendously.
The event is held on the last Sunday of September each year. This year, over $10,000 was raised. With the attendees increasing, the church says they are very excited to see what next year will hold. This is Rebecca Fox with Take 30 News. If you are interested in experiencing a little bit of the German culture, the festival will be at the same time next year, so get your clogs ready. Admission is free, and if you have any other questions, you can contact St. Joseph Catholic Church at 601-856-2054. You might have missed the free flu clinic yesterday, but it's never too late to get a flu shot with flu season coming up right around the corner. Dr. Ryan Looney shares some precautions you can take to prevent yourself from getting the flu.
We get single-digit percentage of the campus with flu shots every year. So we'll have days where we have over 100 patients, 150 patients come into the clinic with the flu. It's not as much, it is, of course, if we sneeze, we need to sneeze in our elbow and try not to cough on people, stay away from people that are sick, that are sneezing, coughing, things like that. But ultimately, maybe the best thing would be to wash our hands, because we don't realize when we touch a doorknob, touch a tabletop, borrow a pen, things along those lines in the Union all over town, at Walmart, wherever it may be, in some way, somehow, that's how it gets in your system.
And you certainly don't want to get sick now with a bunch of great sports events right around the corner. Ben Phillips with Take 30 Sports has more on that. Ben?
Thank you, Rebecca. I'm Ben Phillips, and football has been the constant conversation of discussion, but things are changing in the world of college athletics. I wonder what that could be about and how it could affect you. Need more? Don't worry. We got more for you. NBA and Major League Baseball news and much more coming up next.
When you're the best, everyone wants to see what you'll do next. At Mississippi State University, our team of world-class rocket engineers is venturing beyond boundaries, building rockets like none before. we're launching a new era of space exploration. We've developed cutting-edge technology that's helping us build a rocket that can travel at 4 times the speed of sound. Fast? Yes. But more importantly, revolutionary. For you and for a space program that produces many of the conveniences we enjoy today. We're shaping your life in ways you never dreamed. What's next? Watch us and see.
Welcome back. Last week we had a conversation about whether or not college athletes should be paid. A lot has changed in the past week. What may be more impressive than the change itself is some of the major players who have been involved with the move, those in attendance for the groundbreaking change.
To be able to have moments like this where we got the governor of California signing a bill to allow athletes in college.
Let's do it, man. All right. And it's going to change college sports for the better by having now the interests, finally, of the athletes on par with the interests of the institutions. Now we're rebalancing that power arrangement.
All right, well, let's do it.
So you ready? Let's do it, man. All right.
Names in the room for the California law that was signed by Governor Gavin Newsom include NBA superstar LeBron James, WNBA superstar Diana Taurasi, businessman Maverick Carter, NBA agent Rich Paul, gymnast Caitlin Ohashi, and retired basketball player Ed O'Bannon, and of course the governor himself, Gavin Newsom. While there was applause for the celebration in the video, there's sure to be backlash for those who want to stay the course of old time's sake, and the state of California. With California law now being a reality and set for 2023, other states such as North and South Carolina, Colorado, Washington, New York potentially moving in the same direction, you have to wonder, could Mississippi eventually join the process sooner rather than later? And also, would the NCAA decide to move before the empire officially comes crumbling to the ground? The NCAA may soon figure out that time truly waits for no one. The calendar has changed to October, which means it's baseball postseason. Postseason baseball to be exact. The defending world champion Boston Red Sox are out this year, but the two-time runner-up LA Dodgers are back to try to win it for the first time since 1988. But they have other challenges them for the crown to be the best in the West. The other teams contending for the crown are the New York Yankees, the Minnesota Twins, Houston Astros, Oakland Athletics, and Tampa Bay Rays for the American League. The Dodgers' competition in the National League are the Atlanta Braves, the St. Louis Cardinals, and the Washington Nationals. NBA Media Day for a majority of the league was Monday, September the 30th, which means basketball is back on the horizon. It's been about 4 months since the Toronto Raptors ended the Golden State's quest at three-peat in 6 games. Things have changed since then. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are teammates in Brooklyn. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George went home to play for the Clippers. Don't worry, we're surprised too. The Brown Anthony Davis is an LA Laker, and the Brody Russell Westbrook is with James Harden in Houston. And your Memphis Grizzlies and New York Pelicans are trying to build a championship contender. The NBA is only a month away the season. Mississippi State Athletics had plenty of action going over the last week. A few different sports. The sports in action were MSU women's golf, soccer, volleyball, and football. Volleyball team lost both of the games to Kentucky and LSU respectively. The women's golf team finished in 3rd place in the Schooner Fall Classic behind the University of Texas and Alabama. And your Bulldogs went to Auburn, Alabama, where they faced the Auburn Tigers. They lost by a score of 23-56. They did not cover the spread of 7.5 points. That's all for Take 30 Sports, but don't worry, we have more stories for you after the break.
While Mississippi State's football team might be taking a break, their esports team is about to have their biggest event of the semester. After a triumph win last year in the first ever Esports Egg Bowl, the MSU Competitive Gaming Club plans to claim the 2nd trophy against their rival esports club at Ole Miss. The two will face off this Saturday, and the event will feature multiple games with around 100 competitors. In New York City, you could now get fined up to $250,000 for calling someone an illegal alien. New guidelines for the city were announced last week that updated its policies on discrimination. Along with along with banning the term illegal alien when used with intent to demean, humiliate, or harass a person. The city also banned threats to call ICE agents on someone or judge their English skills based on a discriminatory motive.
Registration is open until October 11th for MSU's Fall Bulldog Family Weekend. The MSU Foundation and Alumni Association is teaming up with the Office of Parent and Family Services on October 25th to 27th for families to spend time with their students and partake in a weekend of activities on campus. Yesterday night, the White House temporarily became the Pink House. In honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the White House lit up in bright pink lights, a tradition that started way back in 2008. Breast Cancer Awareness Month lasts through all of October and is a movement to raise awareness for the cancer and funds to help fight it. That's about all the time we have for tonight.
What are you doing this weekend, Richard?
I don't have very much planned, but I gotta get some schoolwork done, so I'll be pretty busy this weekend.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will be traveling. From everyone at Take 30 News, thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a great weekend.
Yes, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Take 30 News, and we'll see you guys back here next week.